Element, what's up? Man, we've got an amazing announcement that we want to tell you right now. We've been behind the scenes working on something very special, a new project, and we are finally launching a brand new Mount Paran Youth podcast called Extended Access. Man, we've been working hard on this. We believe that right now, with everything going on in our world, we have just limited time to be able to hang out with you guys and you hang out with us. So we wanted to extend that a little bit, there's the name, Extended Access, and give you guys maybe a deeper peek into kind of what's going on in our minds when we're writing messages. We're gonna have, this podcast is gonna be great to talk to some different guests, maybe even some of you guys to have as guests on our podcast, and just hear kind of what God's doing in our world, because man, like never before, we need to be sharing the testimonies of what God is doing in our life. And so this is going to be a great podcast for you to share with your friends, share with family, whoever it is. It doesn't even have to be a student, it could be anybody. But man, we know specifically it's going to speak to you, and we're just excited. So get ready, sit back, and enjoy our very first intro to our new Mount Paran podcast, Extended Access. What's up?
Well, hello, welcome.
Welcome to Extended
Access
Podcast.
Thank you guys for joining us today. For those of you guys who are listening to our brand new podcast, my name is Pastor Jay, and I've got Pastor Wes here with us. And at the time of this recording, it is Pastor Wes's birthday. It is. Happy birthday, Pastor Wes, 33 years old.
Thank you.
You guys are going to watch this later, but just know next time you see him, wish him happy birthday.
I'm a year older at this very day.
And do you feel it?
No, I feel great actually today.
Good.
Yeah.
It's drinking from the fountain of youth.
And coffee.
Always.
This is kind of gonna be my thing, you know. We do podcasts, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee with us.
That's amazing. I love that. So anyways, we want to just introduce this podcast to you guys today and let you guys know why we're doing it, what we're thinking. And we want this podcast to just be an encouragement and to be an extra resource for you. So let me just start off by asking you, Pastor Wes, why are we doing this podcast?
I love listening to podcasts. Maybe you.
Yeah.
Mainly when I'm driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same. So, but I thought, most of the ones that I'm listening to, it's not a video podcast. So I thought, maybe students are at this place where they like podcasts, but also having that video component, being able to do that would be great. And what we're trying to do is, because of the virus and just life getting busier and everything like that, we wanted to create a time for students to be able to kind of pull up a chair virtually and have a conversation with us and extend, in a sense, the access that they have with us, because so many things are going on in their lives, so many challenges, so many great opportunities, and man, wouldn't it be great to carve out a little bit of time where we're not maybe specifically teaching a message in part of the Bible, but just talking life, We just don't get that opportunity much anymore. So we wanted to create that. So that's why we're doing it. I think it's a good opportunity.
Yeah. I like you. I enjoy listening to podcasts, and I love being able to be on the go and still listen to things that are meaningful and encouraging and are going to enrich my life. And so I think that this is going to be a great resource. And I love just being able to sit down and listen in on a conversation that's when we give our sermons, it's like we know what we're gonna say, but
I have no idea what I'm about to say.
Other people don't have any idea how we got to that point, maybe what we were thinking about going into it.
Yeah.
And I think this is a way for us to extend the conversation to allow people into kind of the behind the scenes and maybe going a little bit deeper than we can just in 15 minutes talking to them, but we get to talk together.
Sure, yeah. So. One of the things that I've enjoyed doing, and a lot of students maybe don't know this, but we've been working behind the scenes on a lot of stuff. Now, of course, we kind of launched our Element Online, which has been good, and on YouTube and everything, but there's been so many more things we've been doing kind of behind the scenes. Again, not just with the Hangouts, but we created a brand new website about that. And do you kind of want to share a little bit about kind of what that is and what's on there and why we...
Yeah, sure. So for those of you guys who haven't checked it out, you can go to mountparanyouth.com And on that page, you'll see just a list of different things that we've got going on, from events that we're doing. So you'll see a list of all the events, all the details. It's a place you can go to register for them if there's a registration.
Yeah.
And then you can find the links to our past services. You can find blog posts that we've done. And then obviously this podcast is going to be hosted there as well, as well as other places. So it's just an excellent place to, help everyone get to know what's going on here with us a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like a one-stop shop kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's right there.
So let me ask you one last thing before we end this one. But
this is kind of like the intro, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you hope the students will be able to gain from listening to this podcast?
I want students to be able to feel like they, of course, have more access to us, right? To be able to know kind of what's going on behind the scenes and just in our minds, and what's, maybe what's going on with our lives, and being able to forecast forward, but also look back and kind of hear different stories. That's the first thing. And the second thing is to get different perspectives too. So it's not just going to be just you and me sitting down, sipping coffee, talking. We're going to have guests and everything. And, everything from interviewing some of our own students to maybe some of our leaders to maybe other key people in our church, and just
other podcasters maybe.
Maybe
the
that would be
Jesus
cool.
Tea podcast.
Yes. Please invite us. Please. Be our first collab. That would be good, right?
That'd be fun.
From not just like a guest, but a podcast to podcast.
Yeah. Shared on both.
Interlink them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're not just going to have this on YouTube or just on the website. We're also going to put it on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, all those places. So it's just going to be available to anyone that wants to kind of listen. And we just want anyone that wants to kind of know what's going on, and just with not just our ministry but also just in general life. It's a great place. It'll be a great place. What do you want to get out of this podcast?
Yeah, I think we're going to be covering such a wide range of different topics, and I just really want this to be an extra resource for our students to be able to listen in on. But I also don't want a lot of our conversations to be one-sided. I think this allows it to be kind of multifaceted, where people almost feel like they can engage more in the conversation, like they're a part of it, not just sitting and listening to it. And I think that's what I enjoy about podcasts myself. Is sometimes I feel like I'm in the room with someone as they're having a conversation, and maybe there's some thoughts that they share that I'm just like, oh, I was thinking that, but you guys are talking about it, I feel like I'm almost talking about it too. So I just think it's a way to kind of have more of a two-way conversation with them, and just digging deep.
I love kind of our relationship with being able to, us kind of host it in a sense where we have very different backgrounds, right? We like almost none of the same things. I think
Jesus.
It's cool. We love Jesus, but basketball, I appreciate basketball as a sport, but because I'm not good at it, I have a hard time getting into it, right? Now I love football, which you like football, but not as much as basketball. And
I don't like hunting though. So
I do like hunting, yeah, and so there's things like that. But I don't want to get too much into hunting because I don't know how people want to take hunting, because it's kind of So the plan is for us to launch our very first one, of course, it's the intro, on October 7th.
Full
Wednesday.
Episode, October 7th, Wednesday.
And we'll drop one every Wednesday afterwards. So
that sounds great.
That's the plan.
I am super looking forward to that.
Yeah, and if you know anybody that would benefit from this, make sure to share the word and get this out. And again, we'll be posting these on every platform there is, I think.
Perfect.
So, more to come.
Till next time.
See you guys.
See ya.